Inside the Snow Queen story, once upon a time, in a cozy, warm room, a group of happy children found a very big, very special storybook. It was covered in sparkling frost, and on the cover, in beautiful, icy letters, it said The Snow Queen. The children looked at each other with wide, curious eyes. What could be inside? Gently, they opened the cover. Whoosh! A puff of cold air blew out, making them all say, "Brr." Tiny, sparkling snowflakes began to twirl and dance all around them. It was like winter had jumped right out of the book. The room filled with a soft, magical light. The children were so surprised, they reached out and held hands. And then, with another big whoosh, they weren't in their cozy room anymore. They were inside the story. All around them were tall, snowy trees and soft, white ground. It was a winter wonderland. A moment later, they saw a girl with rosy cheeks walking through the snow. She looked a little sad. "Hello," the children called out. The girl turned, and she looked kind. "My name is Gerta," she said softly. "I'm looking for my best friend, Kai. He's lost somewhere in the Snow Queen's giant ice castle." Gerta looked very determined. She straightened her little red coat and said, "I must find him. I will not stop, no matter what." Her voice was full of courage. The children felt their hearts fill with warmth. They knew they had to help. "We will help you, Gerta," they all said together. "We'll help you find Kai." Gerta's face lit up with a hopeful smile. "Oh, thank you," she said. "Let's go together." So, their amazing journey began. They walked and walked through the deep, soft snow. A strong wind started to blow, whistling through the trees. It pushed against them, trying to make them turn back. It was very, very hard. Their legs felt tired, and their noses were cold. One of the children said, "Oh, this is so hard. I'm getting tired." But another one remembered why they were there. "We have to keep going for Kai," they said. And so, they started chanting together, a little song to help them march. "We can do it. We can do it. We don't give up." They said it over and over, their voices making them feel stronger. Gerta smiled, her heart feeling so full. "Thank you, my friends," she said, her voice bright and clear. "Together, we're so much stronger." And they kept walking, hand in hand, feeling brave and ready for anything. The snow got deeper and the wind blew harder, but they didn't stop. They remembered their promise to Gerta and to Kai. They thought about how happy Kai would be when they found him. Thinking about their friend gave them the power to keep moving forward. They helped each other when they stumbled, and they shared encouraging words. This was the magic of friendship, making a hard journey feel a little bit easier. Step by step, they got closer and closer. Finally, through the swirling snow, they saw it. A huge castle, shining and shimmering in the winter light. It was made entirely of ice. Towers of ice reached up to the sky, and everything sparkled like a diamond. It was beautiful, but also very, very cold. This was the Snow Queen's castle. They had made it. Taking a deep breath, they walked towards the giant, icy gate. They were a little scared, but they were together. Inside, everything was white and cold and silent. They tiptoed through big halls made of frozen walls. In the biggest room of all, they saw the Snow Queen on her throne of ice. And there, sitting on the floor, was a boy. It was Kai, but he didn't look up. He was playing with pieces of ice, and his face was pale and sad. The Snow Queen saw them. Her voice was as cold as the wind. "You cannot take Kai," she said. "He belongs to my ice palace now." But Gerta and the children were not going to give up. Not now. They stood tall and held hands, forming a circle. Gerta looked at Kai with all the love in her heart. The children thought about their warm, cozy homes. They thought about sunny days, happy songs, and the feeling of a big, warm hug. They filled their hearts with all the love, warmth, and friendship they could imagine. And a wonderful thing began to happen. A soft, golden light started to glow from their circle. The warmth from their hearts began to spread through the icy room. Drip, drip, drip. The ice castle began to melt. Little drops of water ran down the frozen walls. The Snow Queen watched, her eyes wide with surprise. She had never seen such power. It wasn't loud or scary power. It was the quiet, strong power of friendship. She saw their courage and how much they cared for each other, and her own icy heart felt a little bit warmer. She looked at the children and gave a small nod. She would let them go. The warmth reached Kai. He blinked, as if waking up from a long, cold dream. The pieces of ice fell from his hands. He looked up and saw the friendly faces looking down at him. A big smile spread across his face. "Gerta," he cried out. "Friends, you came for me. You did not give up on me." He jumped up and ran to give Gerta a huge hug. All around them, the magic was happening. The sun seemed to shine through the clouds, and beautiful snowflakes started to dance in the air. Not cold and biting, but soft and happy. The children cheered. "We did it!" they shouted. "When we stay strong and help each other, we can do anything. We win!" They all joined in a big group hug Gerta, Kai, and all their new friends. And just like that, with another gentle whoosh, they were back in their cozy room. The big storybook lay on the floor, its pages now closed. The snowflakes were gone, but the feeling of pride and happiness stayed in their hearts. They had been on an incredible adventure. They learned that even when things are very hard, you must never, ever give up. And they learned that the greatest magic of all is being a good friend. They felt so happy and proud of what they had done together. Thank you so much for joining us on this magical adventure today. Wasn't it wonderful to see how bravery and friendship can melt even the iciest castle? If you loved our story, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and click the subscribe button so you don't miss our next one. We can't wait to see you again soon. Bye bye.